So when we think about balancing and opening up the root chakra, which is the first chakra, we're thinking about how to balance this center so that it feels really happy, really safe, and so that we feel good in ourselves, safe in ourselves. The root chakra is the first chakra. It's the chakra, the energy center, the center of consciousness. It's a spiritual center. And it's located at where kind of the tailbone is. So as you're sitting, it's the point that you kind of sit on. So if you imagine kind of a vortex of energy just there, sitting there, it's a spiritual center. And this center governs your thoughts, your feelings, your emotions about safety, security, your physical body. It is the foundation of your internal spiritual system. So your internal spiritual self and spiritual house. If your root chakra isn't happy, then it means the rest of your energy system will become imbalanced. It will become really hard for you to feel healthy, empowered, and strong internally. And also it diminishes your ability to manifest and create what you want, which is what we're here for. So you can actually use your physical home to balance and open up the root chakra. There are two ways we balance the chakra, right? So a little bit of a recap. We can balance by going internally and meditating and actually tuning into the consciousness of this chakra. And I've talked about that in other videos. But we can also use our external environment to help with the healing of this chakra. As I mentioned, it relates to home, it relates to family, it relates to money. You can actually use all of those areas, but in this video I'm going to talk about how you can use your physical home to heal and help and balance your root chakra. This is Pooja Eldiman. I am a life coach, spiritual mentor. I work with the chakra system and energy, and I combine it with mindset and techniques from neuroscience so that you can actually coach yourself and become empowered to change your life. So the root chakra is governed by the element of earth, which means it loves earthly things. It rules earthly things. So it governs things like our possessions, what we own, our money. If you think about it, it's all very earthly. We can use money to buy physical things, our connection to nature, our physical body. Yeah, the things we can touch and feel, everything that's earthly, that's material, that's solid. That is what the root chakra governs. So when we feel really content here, we feel in power, in control, and in command of our material world, which is obviously so important. So when you think about your home, the root chakra, as well as being governed by the home, it needs to feel really happy in the home you're in. And it has two sides. So when this chakra is happy, we feel very safe in ourselves. We feel very secure. We feel secure in the now, and we feel safe and secure about the future. When this chakra goes out of balance, we start to feel the feelings and vibrations of fear. So the shadow of this chakra, what closes this center down and starts to make us feel contracted and unhappy and unsafe, is the feeling of fear. So everything we're trying to do with this chakra is to give it that feeling of safety, of security, of coziness, that everything is okay. So using your physical home, this chakra really responds well to things to do with nature. So as you can see right behind me, there is a picture. It contains the element, well, like you can see pictures here of mountains. So anything like this that contains very earthy symbols of nature. And I would go here for things like trees, mountains, animals like elephants, any other animals that appeal to you. So anything to do with nature that you feel is earthy. Okay, although this picture has like water in it, that's more the second chakra. The root is concerned with like the earthy elements, so the physical things that you can touch, like plants, you know, things like that that come from the earth and that we can hold in our hands. So have pictures like that around your house. It really nurtures the root chakra, and chakras respond really, really well to visual symbols, visual stimuli. And the reason they do is because the chakras govern our consciousness. right? Thoughts, feelings, and actions. So we're talking here subconscious mind. And subconscious mind in a child loves images. To the subconscious mind, the minute it sees the picture of a mountain, it just feels immediately something. It goes straight to the heart of the subconscious. So images are really, really powerful. So that's the first thing I would recommend. The second thing I would say around your home, have an image of a deity, if you're spiritual or religious, that represents safety and security to you. Now, I'm a Hindu. You don't have to use this symbol, but it's one that we associate with the root chakra, and that is Lord Ganesa. He's the elephant god. So he's an elephant, which obviously gives you very naturally, based on what I've just said, why he governs the root chakra. But also Lord Ganesa represents, so he's a human with an elephant head. And the symbolism behind this is that he lacks ego. He lacks all ego. And going back to what I was saying, the root chakra, the shadow is fear. Fear lives in the ego. So when we are out of our ego, when we come into our hearts, we start to feel safe, secure. The ego state makes us feel fear. So have Lord Ganesa somewhere in your house, on your desk, just somewhere, perhaps somewhere where you keep your money, somewhere where you do your morning routine or prayers or meditation. Have an image of Lord Ganesa there to remind you of your own root chakra, that feeling of ego-lessness, feeling of soul, to remind you of that feeling of soul, that being inside of you that is ego-less, and also as kind of an invocation, as a prayer to your own root chakra. So every time you see that image of Lord Ganesa, you really feel that connection and like a bow to your own root chakra as a kind of an internal prayer that you're giving a nod to that. So have Lord Ganesa somewhere in your space. Anything else, I would say artwork around your home that makes you feel safe. So this could be something that just you really like, right? It could be an image of anything, absolutely anything. I love, for example, pink roses. So having images of pink roses, actually having pink roses around your house, perhaps an image of family. The root chakra governs family. Maybe putting up some pictures of your family and having those around the house. Friendships, communities that you're part of. Again, the root chakra governs our people, community, our tribe. So you could put an image of, as I said, people that are important to you, or even actually an image that you associate with the word tribe that's really positive. Yeah, so something along those lines that makes you feel safe because you belong. It needs to feel safe, it needs to not feel fear. And when we feel as humans, when we feel we belong to something, we start to feel safe in ourselves. So that's the second thing I'd recommend. The next thing I would say is try and have earthy colours in your space. So browns, beige, green, anything that you consider earthy, natural tones. It really responds well to those tones, and anything you can incorporate into your furniture, perhaps changing up some cushions, perhaps changing up your bedding so that it has that kind of earthy feel. Incorporate some elements. So wood, right? Maybe you can buy yourself something that's wooden, a new table, a new bookshelf, a new bookcase, maybe just something really small like a coaster that's made of wood, and every time you have your tea from that coaster, and really touching and connecting to the element of wood. Whatever it does, it should remind you of the earthy nature, the material nature of our world, and make you feel that connection to that earthy material nature. And the key thing here is don't just put things in your place for the sake of it. These things should make you feel nurtured, they should make you feel safe. And so I would really encourage you to spend a bit of time feeling into that. What is that for you? You may like certain earthy tones over others. Tune into that. You might prefer a beige to a brown, or the other way round. You might go with green because green reminds you of nature. This is such a personal thing, and it's related to your consciousness that you really do have to check in with yourself. A small example, I notice that when it's Christmas time and I have a Christmas tree in my house, I just feel a lot more safe and secure because I've got a representation of the earth in my home. It might be the same for you, it might not be, but something like that you can keep in your home that makes you feel that feeling of safety, of connection to yourself. Other things you can have, I would say positive symbols about money and abundance. So it could be pictures of wealth, something that represents wealth to you. Again, it should feel good. It should not send you into the shadow of fear. It should feel good. It could be a celebrity that you really like, right? A celebrity that represents luxury and abundance that you really, really admire. And they give you that feeling of hope, of abundance. It could be a grandparent, right? An ancestor. Someone, again, that's maybe achieved great things. Every time you see them, you just associate with the greatness of them and the abundance that they created for you in this world that you live in now. Perhaps if you, one thing I love is the Chinese cats that move the hand, that move the arm up and down. It's a cultural symbol of abundance. There might be something similar in your culture that you really love, so feel free to bring that in. And again, it's about how you feel when you look at that symbol and interact with that symbol. Other things I would recommend, I would say have fabrics in your home that you can touch and feel that feel luxurious. So I love things that are really soft, cashmere, velvet, silk. It could be something similar for you. Something that you can touch. As I said, it's very earthy. It's all about things you can hold, touch, and that material in nature. So have things in your home that are velvety, earthy, that are soft, that are luxurious, that when you touch them, you immediately are transported back. It's making me think about like a velvet blanket that I have. And every time I sit under that blanket, I just feel really safe. Probably because it reminds me of some childhood memory that I'm not even consciously aware of. But something like that, where you can hold a piece of fabric or have a cushion or something that gives you that nurturing, that makes you feel whole and safe at home. Do this, notice yourself doing this. Do meditate as well on the root chakra. But if you start to make these changes in your environment, this is a demonstration of how your environment can be used to help heal and open your chakras. Now, it's not just, you don't just do this on its own, but you do this in combination with other root chakra activities such as meditation and yoga, specifically for the root chakra. But I would always say start with this one, and if this is one you are working with, incorporating elements into your physical environment is very, very, very powerful, because what you see interacts with your internal world. What you touch, what you taste, what you hold interacts with your internal world and has a very, very powerful effect if it's in your home. Because you're in your home every day, you interact in your home every day, you entertain in your home, you sleep in your home. So the consciousness of your home has to be very, very root chakra friendly, because the root chakra governs the home and is governed by the home. This is Pooja Elderman. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comments, what's one thing you're going to change in your home after watching this video? Inspire others in this community. Let's get the chat and the conversation going. And thank you very much for staying till the end. Please do like, comment, subscribe and share. And hope you're having a wonderful day and week. I will see you in the next video. Bye.